Hey everyone, All Things Amazing here. Welcome back to a brand new reaction video. Today, Tom has uploaded a brand new song called Dirty Money. This was off of his Renegade album he came out with in October of last year. I have heard this song because I bought the albums. I like to support him. He has not, because we purposefully don't let him listen to it so that just in case he'll upload it like this
as a Tom
video
MacDonald restrictions. Y'all know that.
Yeah. But then once we get past the kind of point where he'll start releasing new songs that weren't on the album, then he'll go back and listen to the ones that he didn't upload. But we got Dirty Money today. I love the song. It's gonna be a good one. And got anything you want to talk about before we go?
I was sick early in the week, so if I still sound a little off, I apologize. But I do feel better. I'll try not to cough. If I laugh too much, I might. But let's see if I can make a prediction about this based on his artwork here and the title.
I was about to talk about it, yeah.
Well, let's see. Looks like a White House in the background.
Oh, yes. Look at that.
Or as close as you can get to it.
Yeah.
Depicting the actual White House would probably be problematic for him. And a pile of money, and I assume it is dirty. There is no dirtier money in this world than that building. But anyway,
You're about to hear all about it. You ready?
Man. I have a feeling I'm gonna be fired up on this song.
I'm
hold
you're
on,
gonna love this one. Okay. I was really hoping he would do this one because I was just listening to it and I was like, I want my dad to hear this one. So, on. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right, 3, 2, 1, boom.
They're angry that they'll never shut me up. I'm making more noise. Turn me up or turn me down, it's your choice. Black lives only matter when they got a corpse to exploit. Cause the media made millions off the protests for George Floyd. That's called ad revenue. They make cash selling you all the crap in the ads while they broadcast news. Ooh, the network full of liars got investment capital and segments sponsored by Pfizer. And the freedom fighters, I feel like the left just plants them to infiltrate the right. It's extensive planning. Then it happens overnight. It's impressive branding. Make $1 million off of shirts that say let's go Brandon. It's a cash grab, everyone's a lab rat. Amazon made billions of dollars from sanitizer and black mass, and that's that. Funny how the terrorists who had tag always come from places that are oil rich and have gas. Democrats, they don't give a damn. What is this about? Our military trapped in the Middle East, can't get them out. Heroes are the ones who had the Constitution written down. Y'all are using hero while describing Kyle Rittenhouse. 1 cent, 2 cent, 3 cents, 4. We get less and they get more. By insult since we were born. They want money. We want dirty dollars fill their pockets while our coffins fill the ground. They make profits solving problems they create to keep us down. Dirty money. Dirty money. I don't want your dirty money. They might kill me for this song, it's all classified intelligence. Don't need to go to war to secretly be getting benefits. When Russia launches rockets, we condemn them, but there's evidence a US politician owns the screws they're assembled with. Ain't no war on drugs, it's economic. You make money off an inmate, every jail cell is profit. Our prisons are privately owned, illegal marijuana just mean kids smoking weed turn to dollars in their pockets, let's be honest. Domestic threats in comparison to nuclear powers who hate the West is embarrassing. Still we label truckers in the convoy as terrorists and confiscate donations, we have no idea where it is. A pipeline leaks, price of gas goes higher. Stock market crash, everybody gets fired. Economy is weak while we trying to beat a virus. $1 trillion in debt to China. We celebrate the
I love that part.
Oh man.
$1 trillion in debt to China.
I mean, God. Thomas.
Yeah.
They're gonna come for you, Thomas. It was funny because before the pandemic, and I never noticed it before. I don't know if it was there. I've never gone back and looked, but I have never seen so many things sponsored by Pfizer in my life than over the last 3 or 4 years. And when it's your news media that is sponsored by Pfizer, that should, I don't know, tell you something. It should be a red flag that goes up. That is, I think there might be conflicts of interest there about unbiased reporting. Don't question this, don't question that. It's they are selling to us. That is what they are doing. And he mentions all kinds of things that run the gamut from liberal to conservative, because if you think that you are not propagandized to you based on your own clicks and your own likes and your own thoughts, you are wrong. You are so very wrong. Every single story, now I'm not saying that these stories aren't real, but they are going to use the most extreme examples all across society to box everybody into and put you in that box. And when you see this thing, if it triggers an emotion, mostly anger, mostly anger, if it triggers that, it's going to make you click more. It's going to make you comment. It's going to make you share it. Oh, did you see this? Oh, did you see that? And it's this just chain reaction of things. They are emotionally involving us in all of these things, and they will twist it and manipulate it to make sure they get every dollar and every penny. And I'm not saying there aren't some serious things worth fighting for on these fronts, but the common everyday occurrences just aren't there like that. And it's, I don't know, man. I said that before. I've said that to some of my friends that are just they're so involved in that kind of stuff that they won't ever. And they can never see it when it's happening to them. They can only say when it's happening to other people. Mm-hmm. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Like, there was a friend of mine that posted something the other day and used the word hysterical and lumped half the country in it. And I said, well, the whole country's in some form of hysteria. And he said, I don't suffer from hysteria. And I said, well, you just lumped half the country into this. That's hysterical, in my opinion. That's a hysterical summary. And it's clearly something that he's been influenced by things he's been watching. And it happens across the board. But anyway, let's get back to cha-ching.
Cha-ching. And there are some stuff that we could go back and talk about after if the videos.
Yeah, I was kind of letting this one fly.
Because the first verse has so many things just full of it.
It is.
And it's just, I don't know. It's great, though.
Let's see if my ears can keep up. He's a little quicker in this one.
Yeah, he is.
While we trying to beat a virus, $1 trillion in debt to
China.
We celebrate the smallest battles we're winning, so they can publish the headline that's gonna fuel the vision. But if we champion the crumbs, then it's crumbs that we're given. And we don't make any progress, we're stuck at the beginning. 1 cent, 2 cent, 3 cents, 4. We get less and they get more. By insult since we were born. They want money. We want dirty dollars fill their pockets while our coffins fill the ground.
I like that part too. In the chorus. Dirty dollars fill their pockets while our coffins fill the ground. That's a good one.
I know. They profit off of that. When you talk about all the war efforts that have gone on and all the terrorist countries have oil and all these things, I mean, that's always been a thing that's been brought into question through every war we've ever had in the Middle East and all these different things. Now, I'm not saying there's not a bunch of organizations over there that don't hate America. And sometimes you just have to wonder why. Because obviously we live here and we think we know what we're doing and we're doing what is right. But how is that propagandized to those countries? And how do they feel about that? How do they feel about an American force occupying their country? You know, their perception of that could be totally different. So,
and then the second part of the chorus, he says, is they make profits solving problems that they create to keep us down.
That's right. We've said that a number of times. That government creates problems, so you need the government's help. And every time there's a major problem, the government takes every opportunity to seize more power, which is why any answer to any problem is giving the government more money or taking away any fundamental right. I am immediately opposed to that. That is not the solution. You either need to reallocate funds because you've got the money. We have written blank checks to Ukraine over the last year or two, year and a half now, I guess. It's been over a year now.
Yeah.
We've basically been writing them blank checks. And what is it, up to 100 billion or more? I don't even know what the total is anymore. But that's ridiculous. And nobody seems to give a damn about explaining any of that shit to us. And I'm sure every penny can be accounted for. I'm sure that's not filling anybody's pockets or being laundered back into the United States some kind of way. I'm sure that's not happening. I trust my government officials. Oh my God. Anyway, I'm not trying to sound like a complete conspiracy theorist here. But
like, who knows?
if you blindly trust your government, you are a moron. Period. And if you willingly give up rights to them, you're an even bigger moron. Let's go.
Let's go. What a good line. Let's go.
They want money. Dirty dollars fill their pockets while our coffins fill the ground. They make profits, solving problems they create to keep us down. Dirty money.
Ching, ching.
Dirty money. I don't want your dirty money. Money, 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 money. Not enough soap to scrub, it's soaked in blood. It's all about the money, 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 money. Every time we make a buck, they take from us. It's all about the money, 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 money. The dollar runs our lives until we die. It's all about the money, 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 money. It controls your mind and it controlling mine. Dirty dollars fill their pockets while our coffins fill the ground. They make profits, solving problems they create to keep us down. Dirty money. Dirty money. I don't want your dirty money.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's one of my favorites from the album.
that's fire, man.
Yep.
Of course, I'm more about the content than the actual, than the what his videos look like or sound like, which they always look amazing. But I like the messaging. I mean, you love
I
that
do
song
too.
Let's talk about your favorite.
I do like this. What?
Let's talk about your favorite lines because you
I
said you
love
that song.
the hook a lot, and it just I don't know what it is, but when I first heard it, I was like, this hook is just super catchy for one, and two, it's just got two of the most realist lines that he could have wrote for the song. And in the beginning of the song, he says, "Where is it?" My favorite part in terms of a verse is the part where he goes with the $1 trillion in debt to China. I love that part. I don't know why. It's just it's a serious topic, but it's a goofy kind of way of saying it. But it kind of, in my opinion, portrays it a lot like better than him saying it in a more serious tone. You know what I mean? It's just kind of it's a serious concept, but it's kind of just goofy in nature the way he says it. But that's probably my favorite line in a verse. That whole like thing he does leading up to that line is pretty good. Pipeline leaks, price of gas goes higher. Stock market crash, everybody gets fired.
Mm-hmm.
And then he talks about the virus. $1 trillion in debt to China.
Fucking virus. Biggest
How
scam.
much money are we in debt to China right now? And who knows who knows when they're gonna come and try to claim it.
Well, what would be the most disastrous thing for the U.S. is if we lost the dollar as the basis of world economy. And I have no idea what would happen after that. And I have no doubt that that is being attempted as we speak, or being orchestrated, I should say. It's all part of a plan. I don't know how much. Nah, fuck it. I do.
Okay.
How much there are just people pulling strings that are really pushing for end of times type stuff, one world government, no digital currency, all these types of things. And it's going to be, I feel like, that's just going to be the beginning of the end. We may have already be in the beginning of the end. It's the way I see it. I don't know. I just feel like if you can't see what's going on, no matter how you think, and I don't care who's in charge, because this shit, the conservatives are just as bad as liberals when it comes to dirtiness, all right? Like, just as bad. If you cannot see this, I don't know how to show you. Just try to look at it through an unfocused lens, an unclouded lens. No matter who's in charge, there are people that are just pulling money in left and right. Look at how many stock market trading millionaires we have in Congress. That should be outlawed immediately. Them and their families should, if you are elected to public office in the federal government, you forfeit your right to trade in stock, period. because there's no way you don't have knowledge of things that are going to benefit different companies. You know who's getting contracts. You know who's, if there's a pandemic down the line, or coming in, that in advance. You can dump this, buy that. It's just, I don't know, man. They just have too much control over our everyday lives. And if you're weak-minded, if you're emotional, if you allow words to hurt you, then you're always seeking protection. And the government steps in and said, oh, we'll protect you. Just give us more money, give us more power, give us more rights. And right by right, your freedom is eroded. We the people. Oop, I'm not used to the camera. We the people.
Wait, you could have just looked and like that.
Well, right.
Instead of looking at the.
I guess I wore the right shirt for this video. I didn't know it was gonna be about this.
Yeah.
But anyway. I mean, it's a fire song. Great video. Nova, great job as always. Good lyrics, awesome lyrics. I love songs like this.
Mm-hmm.
Fire me up a little bit. Because really, we could shut all this shit down. I mean, the government needs to contract itself by 66%. We need 2/3 less government than we currently have. But the only people that can do that is them. Oh, gee. I wonder if that'll ever happen.
Well, there's another song on the album. I wouldn't say that's completely the same as this one, but like that I was kind of hoping he would release too, called "The Machine," and it's the intro song to Renegade, and I love that song. And I don't know if he's gonna release that one, but that one would probably be one of my favorites from both albums. So, but we'll see. We'll see. And if not, that's cool. He'll still hear it on the album too at some point. But yeah, no. When I saw that he was releasing this one, I got super excited because I just listened to this one yesterday on the way home from wherever I was. I can't remember. But I listened to it somewhere.
Geared up, huh?
Yeah.
He walked in last night and he's like, Dad, you're going to like this song.
Yeah, I know. I had a feeling it would be this one or one of the other ones. I'm surprised. There's one in particular on the other album that I'm surprised he hasn't released yet because that one is hard hitting. It's more similar to, I wouldn't say it's like quite the same as Fake Woke. It's probably more similar to like maybe People So Stupid in the type of actual lyrics, if that makes sense. But anyways, anything else to say?
I think, I could probably ramble on a little bit further, but what are we at?
If you guys want to hear us do breakdowns of the songs and more in-depth things, because we kind of were looking at our videos, we don't want them to be too long. But if you guys do want to see those bit longer videos, we know that they're probably going to get less views, but we're happy to do them if that's what you guys want to see.
There'll be more line by line. Like we did one a while back for People So Stupid. So if you wanted to,
and that one actually did decent too for our first one.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite songs still.
Oh,
but
yeah.
We did like two video breakdown, and they were both like 45 minutes long. But so if you're the kind of person who's like to put on YouTube and have it going while you're doing something else in your email and stuff, and you're into those long videos, then we'll do some more of those.
Yeah, let us know.
Because that's what we would have to do, because I saw Fake Woke.
Oh, yeah,
we never could do a reaction for that because I'd seen that.
I still regret not getting you to do a reaction to that song, because that would have done so good. People would have loved that.
That was, yeah. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. I was like, wait, what? What's going on here?
It's a guy who looks like a mumble rapper, but speaking the most truth I've ever heard.
The thing is, it's like the words are coming to my own mouth. I mean, I've used some of that terminology so much.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway.
So let us know if you guys want to see those. We'll be happy to do them. Let us know which songs and stuff, and we'll get on it. So, you got anything else to say?
Don't be.
When I start rubbing my hands, that's when we're time to end the video. When I start rubbing my hands like this. I don't know why I always do this.
Just think for yourself. And I don't care what it is. Just think for yourself. And look into a story a little bit. Use different multiple sources. Use, even if they're both biased, use some liberal bias, use some conservative bias. Try to find something that's less biased, but that's almost impossible. But get some takes from both sides, because they'll only show you certain aspects to make sure that, because they want to get their reaction out of you that they want. So just try to get a well-rounded view of those things. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's how I've raised him to be. That's how I am. That's how I view situations that I have to deal with at work. And to me, that's the best way to be.
Yeah.
And if you see something that invokes an emotion, that is what they're intending. So don't make a decision or respond while you're under that emotion, because it will almost always be wrong. And then your pride will not allow you after the fact, when you find out more information, to say, oh, well, maybe I was wrong, because nobody admits they're wrong anymore. So it's hard to do that. So, so don't be wrong in the first place. Let the emotion check out and then review it, and then figure out what you think about the situation. That's just my advice.
Mm-hmm.
Dad
Thank you for the fatherly advice there, Dad.
Dad advice.
Okay. All right. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you did, please like, subscribe. Let us know what you guys want to see us do in the future. And without further ado, we'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys. Peace.